You're live.
What's going on, everybody? Big energy, big shout out. Welcome to the very first episode of the Big Miller Basketball Tip Off. I'm Coach Vic, obviously, here with my guy Nick Wenger, and we're fired up to launch something special. This is for the hoops community. Obviously, want to honor Big Miller, something that we've all tried to do. And when I say we all, I mean everybody that's going to be involved in this and everybody that's involved in the Big Miller events and things moving forward, right? But we all are very excited to be able to do something in his honor. Obviously, keep his name and legacy alive. This show is pretty much just about real conversations, development stories inside the gym. Whether you're a player, a coach, a parent, whether you just love the game, this is something you're going to want to see, something you're probably going to want to tune into weekly. Obviously, as a player, big shout outs could be coming your way if you are one of the people that happen to make one of our segments, something that we might have is Spotlight, something that we might show some film, some clips. We might do a breakdown of your games. And so some big things coming you guys' way from coaches. We might do anything from interviews to have you guys come on live with us and talk about some things. We get in the community and we love speaking with you guys as well, just like on the media days. Outside of that, just for anybody that loves basketball, especially here in the state of Arkansas, this is big for you. This is big for us. And so today we just setting the tone. We want to get things started the right way. And I'm pretty sure you know who we are in a sense if you're watching. But if you don't, I just want to introduce myself, Coach Vic, aka Vortex Sports. A lot of people know me that I walk around the gym and hear Vortex all the time. So I don't mind it. But Coach Vic, aka Vortex, I'm the lead regional scout here in Arkansas for Prep Hoops. Numerous years coaching with a nice little background doing that. Coach Arkansas Assault in the summertime, AAU. I currently coach at Exalt High School. It's a public charter here just opened in Little Rock. I'm on that staff with those guys over there. Shout out to my guy Fred Moore, head coach over there. My guy Coach Jared Green is our assistant coach over there, and then I'm on that staff as well. So yeah, I mean, just a little tidbit about me if you didn't know. There's a bunch more other stuff that I do inside this media world, but I want to pass it off to my guy Nick. I'm talking my head off, so I'm gonna let Nick get some words in here. Nick, talk to the people, man. What's up? Let them know who you are, what we got coming from.
No, you're good, Vic. I'm super glad you were able to come up with this idea and help bring it to life. The Big Miller legacy is something that me, Chris Boyd, and Nigel Wright have been trying to carry on for a while now. Kevin Miller was a huge part of the basketball community here in Arkansas, and we're just trying to do everything we can to honor him and keep his name alive, whether it be with the matchup showcase that Kevin actually helped start, the media days. Kevin started that as well. So we're just carrying the torch that he kind of passed down to us, and we're going to try to do the best we can to keep his name alive. As for this podcast, Vic is going to be our host. I'm going to be on a lot of times. Nigel might be on a lot of times, but Vic's going to be the man for this. So big shout out to him for putting all this together. I'm super happy we're able to do this.
Definitely. Again, like I say, appreciate you guys for being a part of what just kind of comes as an idea to honor him and be able to keep his name alive through this basketball community of people who love him and know him and want to be able to celebrate him as well. So moving forward, we will always bring, I think I kind of just hinted on it. We'll always bring like highlights. We'll bring the culture to you, right? Like the games you really want to hear about, the big matchups, who won, who lost, who's looking forward to winning. We'll have the interviews. We'll have the guys doing the clips, highlights. We'll do film breakdowns. We'll do deep dives on, certain type of topics that may be hot at the moment. So as far as tonight, we're going to get into some of those things. We'll give you guys a preview. To get that started off, I think we can dive into a couple games in Northeast Arkansas. I watched both Marion and Greene County Tech battle, and then I watched Jonesboro and Little Rock Central play. Both of those games, not like our huge games having like huge implications of the playoff, because we all know everybody's coming off snow weeks. There's rushing games. There's like 3 games in 5 days and stuff like that. And so I feel like all of these games kind of come with an asterisk in the back of your mind, right?
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how these teams, stay healthy throughout this week and going into next week. One of the games up here was that I went to was Jonesboro and Central, and it'll be interesting to see how they do on Friday. You know, they were just in Alaska, so they had the jet lag feel of the
Yes.
snow day delays, and then they had instead of getting some time off, they went straight into having 3 games this week. Um, it's tough. You have your biggest rival in North Little Rock came to town. Then you got to take the 2 hour trip to Jonesboro. They lost tonight, and I'm not sure who they play Friday, but I mean every game in the 6A Central is going to be a tough one. It doesn't really matter who you're playing
Always.
against.
Every night
So
is a
it'll
good
be
one.
interesting to see how Central responds. So far, they're 1-1 on the week. Jonesboro, they looked great tonight. Honestly, they had a little bit of rest, I thought, at the beginning, but that Jonesboro did Jonesboro things.
Right, right. And that's what you can expect from a well coached Swift team. We all kind of have come to know that across this basketball community in Arkansas that, I mean, I always say maybe I'm a little biased. I'm from Jonesboro. I watched this man coach up close and personal, like so beautiful thing to see. But at the same time, I don't think anybody would really deny what we're saying there. So I was looking over Mill. I mean, I'm not saying Mills. Central schedule, and it looks like they play Southwest.
Yeah, and honestly,
Oh no,
Southwest.
excuse me. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. No,
Yeah,
Bryant. They play at so they're supposed to play at Bryant on the 10th. So they said they have time off, but I think they're playing this makeup game.
oh, well, that's good. Good for them then, I guess,
Yeah,
to get their legs back underneath them.
right.
That's great. BJ Knowlton was great tonight against them. It was cool seeing how Central. I haven't seen Central since the showcase actually, so they have a lot of younger guys. So it was cool to see kind of how they've progressed throughout the year. But I mean, I'll tell you what, dude, Central's got talent wise. They have one of the most talented rosters I feel like in the state. I mean, they're loaded when they put it together. They're a tough team to beat.
So I want to hit on one thing that you said. I was just going to go back to it is that that schedule we were talking about, how they went to Alaska, come back, had the snow days off, right? Like think about that type of schedule even for an NBA guy.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's going to be a tough battle. Like it's going to be a tough battle.
It's almost like an NFL team going overseas and playing, some game over there and then turn around and playing a Thursday night football game.
Exactly like
I mean, these guys are obviously younger. It's a different sport, but so their body's probably able to handle a little bit better than maybe an NFL player. But I mean, still, it is tough.
like I say, in essence, you got to think about how hard it is on them never having experienced that. Once you get to that kind of level, maybe you are able to prepare in a different way. You have the type of money or the resources, but at this stage in this level of your life and your career, such as a young player like you are, you may not even understand the recovery process between a one-day game. You might not even go home and ice yourself. You might just go home, go to sleep. I'm tired. I hurt. Oh my God, go to sleep. You might not stretch your body right. So those type of things all come into effect as well. And then hitting on how much talent that they have over at Central. I imagine like as a coach, because I coach, you want a team that's stacked. Like who doesn't want a team full of great players, right? But then when you get them, like figuring out what to do, how to put them out there, it is a tireless job. It is seriously a tireless job because at one point in time, you're trying to figure out how to find minutes for guys in certain rotations where they do fit, but maybe somebody's hot. So how do you take the hot hand out for a guy who's just as good as him? He's just hot right now, but I can, but I can't, but I should, but I shouldn't. So you have those type of conversations with yourself. So I know that's a difficult job over there, but it's a great job, obviously, at the same time to have that much talent on your side. Those guys go out there and battle. They look like a completely different team. Honestly, since the break, they've had a couple guys return from injuries, which is Clay Blair, and
Slaughter came back now.
Slaughter came back, and 2027.
Brandon Wright.
Brandon Wright, yes.
Yeah, I mean they have so many pieces. I mean, I don't want to go down the whole roster and forget somebody, but I mean at the guard position, you got Trey Lim and Clay Blair. They're two of the better point guards I think in the state. And then you got Jamie Dunn, the young kid. You got Slaughter.
Trey
I
Hope is
mean,
very impressive. I think,
Trey Hope is awesome.
to be
He hit
honest
some
with
big
you,
shots tonight. I mean,
I think
they
he
have a
may
lot of
be the
spots.
most consistent young guy. Like out of any of the junior class and under, he's probably the most consistent. Like I
Yeah,
know
and
Trey brings it, but not as far as inconsistency, but like I know exactly what I'm going to get stat wise, number wise, and effort, energy, defense, discipline, everything else from Trey too. Really
yeah,
like Trey a
Trey
lot.
Hope's awesome, and colleges are taking notice of his game.
Yeah, really like Trey a lot.
I do want to go to the other side of the court though, and touch on Jonesboro. They were the ones who pulled it out tonight.
Yes,
Um, BJ Knowlton was incredible.
phenomenal.
I think a lot of people these days in this day and age like doing rankings and whatnot, and personally I stay away from it. So I don't know who's number 1, 2, and 3. I think we all probably have the same number 1 at least. But I mean, as far as a ranking statewide, if I would say if BJ Knowlton's not in your top 5 or 6, maybe 7 after a JJ Andrews, your ranking's probably wrong. To tell you the truth, the kid can score at all 3 levels. He can guard. He's one of the most coachable kids that I've seen in the state. I'm a big fan of BJ Knowlton.
No, 100% agree. I'm a big fan. I've seen him up close and personal coming from a kid who wasn't even starting at all in his earlier years of basketball, played JV, and then to come out and just burst and explode over the past 2 seasons, man, and grow so much as an individual. And obviously, I'm speaking from more of a closer aspect than most people would know of. Having sort of a personal relationship, being able to talk to BJ and be inside the gym with him and things like that. But man, just great to see it for the young man, bro. Really, really has grinded and worked hard for it. Really exemplary attitude. Like that's what you want to show kids. Like, be this kind of dog. You don't have to be like the JJ Andrews, 45 points a game, nonstop dog. Like you can be a motor that came from maybe I have it, maybe I don't have it. Should I give up on basketball? Should I keep playing? Should I just keep playing and being okay with my spot? Or should I really go for the gusto and get better as a player and really put it on myself? So,
Yeah, I think Harding has a steal now. Anytime you get a West Swift guy, if West Swift is vouching for him, you probably know what you got, honestly. But I mean, BJ Knowlton he's incredible, man. He really is.
Dog. What did he finish? 23?
I don't have the stats in front of me. I think he had 23.
Yeah, I believe it.
They have Brian on Friday, and I plan on going to that game as well. He did land kind of hard there at the end, so
I saw. Yeah,
he was kind of favoring his knee. So I'll be curious to see if he's able to go. I'm sure he will. He did play through it a little bit, but he did check out, and he was favoring it. Leighton Weaver, he was kind of favoring a back tonight. And he played through it, and he hit some big shots for him tonight. I'm a big Leighton Weaver fan as well.
Yeah, I listened to Coach Swift talk a little bit, and he said that Leighton actually went to the doctor today and got his back checked. I was having back spasms. So he got some medicine and was able to play tonight. And so really, really good effort from him, even with what he was dealing with. Really good effort from BJ. Even though he got hurt at the end, he did get subbed out. I think BJ will be okay. It didn't look like anything major. A lot of icing, a lot of rest. Get ready for the number 1 team on Friday. I think that's probably going to be his goal. Yeah. No matter what, I know his mindset. So
I have to imagine he'll be out there, even if he's 50%. I think he'll want to play against a team like that. When they come to town, you're ready.
Right, it's BJ.
Talk a little bit about the Greene County Tech game.
Right.
I didn't get to see it, so I don't really know much. I heard it was an off night for Greene County Tech shooting.
Yes.
Chandler Randall, it sounds like, had a pretty good game, but
so it was really a good team effort tonight. Really a defensive masterclass over there by Coach Lewis and the Marion Patriots. I don't like when you frame a story, you can say like, oh, shots just weren't falling, or you can say like, nah, this team played really great defense. And I think the latter, I think that team did play really great defense. They out the gate had them 3 for 11 from deep. And if you know Greene County Tech, like they shot 11 threes out the gate. I think it was middle of the second quarter when I plugged that stat. And so they got out of those 11 looks, I'd say maybe 5 were good, but the other 6 were, very well contested. They were kind of rushed, maybe running them off the line, making them look twice, thinking twice about it. And so it came to a big blowout in the first half. It was 34-14 at halftime. And so if you know Greene County Tech, that's not like them. I mean, they'll score 14 points on threes alone, and then get out and run with you too as well. So not what I expected from that game tonight. A rush coming back. Obviously, we all know this is going to play a factor with the snow days, so many games in a row. But Marion looked really, really, really good. Chandler Randall got going. I think in the first half he had 5 points, and then he had like 8 in the third quarter alone. So I know he got rolling right after halftime, and they cruised to a big victory. Corbin Littlejohn hit a couple deep shots. If you've seen any of his highlights or the biggest one, I guess, that he has yet, you know that he can hit a deep shot off the buzzer beater three, if we all remember, with the win over Bryant. But when I think about it, I think they probably played every guy that was dressed out. Marion probably did. I think I saw every kid touch the floor tonight. I know Day Bailey played really well. Duck Highland played pretty well. Jamar Gruen had some minutes. Jalen Ford played pretty well. Hayden King touched the floor. I think he's a senior for them. He played a little bit last year and then kind of fell out the rotation a little bit this year. Obviously, all the starters. Jalen Neal had dunks. Jackson Black had dunks.
Marion's going to be a tough out for whoever gets them in the state tournament. Marion's going to be a super tough out.
They're in sole position of the conference, and so I think they're just looking to wrap up the season, stay strong. They have mercy ruled like 4 of the 7 teams they played in conference, and they did 3 of those on the road, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know how the bracket shakes out, but man, it sure would be fun to see Little Rock Christian and Marion in the state finals.
No, it's going to be a beautiful matchup if we get to see that in the finals. But, I mean, I think at some point the bracket is going to hit you end up on the same side, you're going to play.
Yeah.
I just wish, I hope it'll be in Hot Springs.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
100% agree. Let's bounce it backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's talk about some games that kind of already came up. If you're good,
no, I'm good on those
more questions
too.
on that Marion and GCT.
Yeah, I'm good on those too. I want to touch on somebody in particular. How about Demiah Wilson at Barton? New state record. She had 72 points last night. Yeah, and honestly, it feels like
in 3 quarters.
I mean, here's the thing with her. I don't think it would surprise me. It definitely wouldn't surprise you. She'll probably break this again this year.
Yeah. No, I can see it coming. She only played 3 quarters.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people can point to maybe she wasn't playing the best competition, but I mean, like you said,
you got to play who's in the conference. You got to play who's on the schedule. That ain't my fault.
Yeah, I mean, it's a schedule thing for sure, but I mean, 72 points on middle schoolers would be pretty impressive.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't really care who you're playing against. It's going to be in the record books forever. To be honest with you, even if someone beats it, it'll still be number 2, and it'll still be super impressive. So,
that record was standing for 60 years at this time.
It's a long time. I don't
like 67, right?
Yeah,
it's right around 60 years, right?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, like, that's a heck of a performance, and it overshadowed another great performance with Easton McCullough.
Yes, 47 and 11.
Yeah, 11 or 10 maybe, and then I think 4 rebounds. But I mean,
40 plus double is,
And the thing is with Demiah and Easton, this is just another night for them. I mean, 72 points is impressive for anyone, but when Easton McCullough goes for 47 points, you're not even surprised anymore. She's just that good.
No, it's almost becoming ritual, like I said, routine almost at this point for Easton for sure. 72, like I said, is a little bit higher than normal. Obviously, breaking that state record. I think she might try to pull a Kobe and hit 81. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. But
do you know if Demiah has offers?
Demiah is committed, I believe.
Someone asked me that today, and I didn't have an answer for her. She doesn't have a super big social media presence. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at that, and I don't know. Those smaller schools like that, whenever you have a big performance, everyone takes notice of it. But sometimes a lot of times there's a lot of talent that goes unnoticed at schools like that if they don't set records and whatnot.
Let me know if I'm frozen because I'm looking for this
Yeah,
information.
you're frozen, but it might not be frozen on YouTube. Who knows? To be honest with you,
It's all good. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm trying to see if I can find this real quick.
I don't know her stats from tonight, but I'll stay on the girls basketball train. Pulaski Academy's Greenlee Elmore. She had a great game the other night as well against Morrilton. I think she had
Okay.
like 25 and 10 or something. She had a great game, and then they beat Heber tonight. And there's going to be a really good girls basketball game on Friday. Pulaski
So
Academy plays Earl.
PA plays Earl on Friday.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough. That will be tough. I got some shorthand information. Does not look like she has committed yet. She's got offer from Delta State, Coahoma Community College, and Phillips Community College, which is right there in Helena, Arkansas. Delta State wouldn't be a terrible look at all, though. I think she definitely play higher than that, though.
Yeah, she is. She is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think she definitely play higher than that.
Do you have any other performances you want to touch on?
Um, let's see. What can I think of off the top of my head? Give me a few seconds. I can actually go. This probably will be a future segment, everybody. So we'll probably do obviously some top mentions. So if you guys want to keep us posted, keep us tagged on the Big Miller Events page, keep me tagged on Vortex Sports, keep Nick tagged. You know what I'm saying? See us when you see us in the gym. Let us know what we need to be talking about. If your parents, players, fans, coaches, it does not matter. Give us the good info that we need to be talking about to the good people, and we'll make sure we talk about that. So you guys are just a bigger project, or just a bigger part, just a big of a part of this project as we are. So we appreciate you guys for your input.
If you have a high school one, we can come back to it. But off the top of my head, there were some big college performances as well that I like to try to stay in the loop. I get a lot of praise sometimes from people saying, Nick, you do a great job of, following these guys through to college and pumping them up whenever they do good. And honestly, that's the goal. You want these guys to. I mean, it's cool when they're playing in the backyard, whether they're at UCA or Euler or Harding or whatever. But when they go elsewhere, a lot of times people in the state kind of forget about them unless they're in their circle or their hometown or whatnot. But I mean, like for example, Colby Garland, he's been on a tear lately. I don't
Yeah.
have his stats pulled up in front of me. I will pull it up in front of me real quick. But hang on, let me get that real fast.
DJ Smith is on that list as well.
Yeah, DJ Smith is doing great. It's loading. DJ Smith, Cam Hunter. Honestly, I saw UCA won again tonight. They had Cam Hunter, Tucker Anderson left for Utah State. They had Ty Robinson. He's been doing great, and Luke Moore's been a huge part of it. My Colby Garland stats aren't loading. I should have had it written down in front of me, but I mean Colby's been unbelievable. So honestly, Colby, Cam Hunter, and DJ, all three of them have been some of the best players in college basketball this year. Darian Ford's been doing great. Joseph Pinion's been doing good.
Yeah, D Ford is one that hasn't been on my clock like as much as he was obviously when he was playing in state. Not like for any specific reason. It's just how it goes. Like I say, same exact thing you said. But he has been going crazy.
Colby Garland, a lot of people in Arkansas kind of forgot about him. He's only a junior, so maybe he moves up. I don't know, but he's averaging 18 points a game.
Yeah, he's in a prime position of what the NCAA landscape looks like right now. They're wanting those older guys that can come in ready to play. He definitely fits that profile. He has the experience from his previous years that are already under his belt to give him the leeway. So when he gets there, he comes in with immediate impact presence.
It's interesting, looking back on it. You have guys like Darian Ford and Colby. They're on the same team, so I mean that team was pretty solid, man.
No, I agree for sure. Like you say, it's tough to look back when you think about it and see how under recruited like we were almost to an extent from a state standpoint. But that's one thing that we're doing over here at Big Miller Events. Is trying to pave the way for some of these kids to get extra eyeballs on them. So that's a beautiful thing.
What games are you looking forward to Friday night?
I don't know exactly from what's all mixed up on scheduling. Let me
Yeah.
go
I
and
tell
check.
you, I'm looking forward to obviously. I'll be like I said, I'll be at Jonesboro and Bryant. So I'm looking forward to that. I think anytime Coach Hutchcraft and Thimple take the floor together and coach against each other,
Great
that's
basketball.
always a great basketball game. Conway's honestly not what they've been in the past. They're still a great team. I saw Thimple posted the other night that he is one of the first. I think he's been double. I think he's been 20 wins and 18 or 19 of his last 20 seasons. So it's a crazy stat that I'm definitely going to pub up. I think pretty soon. But I mean that's an accolade that I mean, come on, man,
Bro,
that's
like
incredible.
it don't like I say when it comes to coaching, I won't even say like excellence, but like coaching the standard, like it don't really get no better. You know what I'm saying? It really don't get no better.
I mean, this is going to be an underrated game of two teams that aren't really quite doing what they uh, are accustomed to, I guess. But Maumelle and Jacksonville are playing Friday night. That's usually a pretty good rivalry.
What I think will be pretty good about that game, like you said, with them kind of not being hitting up to par, obviously both their teams are young. And so like when
Mm-hmm.
you have those young guns and like you have juniors kind of running the top of the game on both sides, they'll definitely clash for a really good matchup. You got a couple more sophomores, I think, over there for Jacksonville than you do, obviously, for Maumelle. But I still think it'd be a pretty good throwdown.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of both of those teams are going to be bringing people back, so that's going to be a rivalry that will probably continue to grow. Honestly, so they're young; they can maybe get the rivalry in their system, and then the years to come, it'll be great.
and then
Especially with,
speaking of,
I mean, I guess this is Marcus's what, second year at Jacksonville, or is this his third? I think it's his second. Yeah, it's his
yeah,
second year. And then Coach Hall, this is his first year, so it's a new rivalry for the kids. It's a new rivalry for the coaches as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out.
I think they'll be able to set it off with a bang. Both teams probably be really hungry to get back on that floor. I think they're probably a couple more of the more rested teams.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think they'll be ready to get back on the floor. I was going to throw it over back to Greene County Tech. Hopefully, they'll be able to shake back. Speaking of a rivalry game, they play Paragould Friday.
Mm.
That'll be a Friday game. That'll be pretty solid. Paragould's got a couple of guys that kind of match the profile of what Greene County Tech has with the outside shooting and the guys that like to run and gun and get up and on the floor. One kid in particular that I know of for Paragould is Kyler Foster. About a 6'4" frame, kind of does a little bit of everything over there for them. And so that'll probably be a pretty interesting game up in Northeast Arkansas as far as rivalries go. Um, there were a few more
I got
games.
I got one for you, and to be honest with you, I don't know a ton about these two teams, but in Northwest Arkansas, well, not quite, I guess, but you got Ozark and Pottsville. You got 20-4 Ozark versus 18-2 Pottsville. It feels like that game will have heavy implications for the 4A.
So I can see there being like a super shootout type of game because you got J.C. Jones on one side who's going to Arkansas Tech next year for Pottsville, and then on the other side you got Cooper Dewar who's a 27 point per game scorer right now in the 4A, going crazy. And I think this will probably be like a high level shootout between the two. I think they'll probably just go off back and forth all game, be able to pace their team to keep their teams in it, and then we'll see who wins at the end with the punch in the mouth. I think that'll be a great game. I didn't even know they played Friday.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I'm just kind of going through on SB Live, and that one caught my eye for sure.
I see Cersei and Nettleton to be an all right 5 game with some implications of that middle of the pack 5A. Cersei still has a chance to get in. They're sitting at 11-12. Nettleton's at 11-9. So, those guys kind of control their own destiny at this point of winning to get in.
Marion and West Memphis. West Memphis gave Marion all they could handle the first time they played. That's a huge rivalry.
Yeah, but I think that's Marion's worst game I've ever seen them play, probably in the
Yeah.
past 2 seasons. Even like I just don't think that was a very good game. I'm not bothered by West Memphis one bit if I'm them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not a real knock to West Memphis. I was just saying like that game was like a one-off for sure.
Right.
West Memphis
I mean,
is trying to battle a scrap.
in these rivalry games, it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes you can sneak up on a team.
No, you're 100% right because they clearly did in the last one. So,
You had
Um,
Sylvan Hills. You want to give a little bit on that one?
yeah, that game will be tough. I know. I can't believe I forgot about this one because I've been seeing them chirp. I don't know. Jacob probably go for Darius. Probably go for AJ. Probably go for JJ. Probably go for. But then who? Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like then what? Who's gonna be the deeper team? Who's gonna be better 3 through 8? Like, that's how a bunch of games in that 5A conference really just come down to who's better 3 through 8.
Yeah, it would be fun to see one of those four, I mean, particularly Jacob Lanier, take that step in that game and make a statement, so to say.
I'm thinking it's for JJ Wise. I think JJ Wise realizes this is his time to go guard the third best player in the state. Second best, if some will have it. You know what I'm saying? You have your picks there. Maybe the first best in a lot of people's book, right? So I think Darius has something to prove as well on the other side of their ball. I know they'll probably be switching a lot. If I can imagine anything, I can't see them trying to go under screens, and I can't see it. I think they'll be switching a lot on their edge, and they'll have to, and they're gonna make JJ defend. And I think he'll be able to step up to a challenge at times, and I think he wants to take that challenge on. So I think he wants to dive head first into that. Did remind me too.
Honestly,
Mills East.
Go ahead.
Okay, no, never mind. Keep it on topic.
Honestly, that whole 5A Central, I know I'm looking ahead a little bit, but for playoff implications, I know this is going to be a different topic for a different episode. But I mean, man, you look at this, and again, there's a lot of basketball still to be played and a lot to still shake out. But you got Parkview and Little Rock Christian, I feel like are locked, right? Bologna's been playing great; they're probably in. But then that fourth spot, I mean, who takes it? You got Greenbrier, Maumelle, Sylvan Hills, and Jacksonville with 3 or 4 wins. So it's going to be a tough end. I mean, who steps up and takes that last spot? That'll be really, really interesting, and I'm really excited to see how that pans out.
I thought that conference would be like more. I didn't think it would be as close as it is. It feels like how the Western Conference is like every year. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of pictured. I thought maybe the 5A South would be that. But I was wrong. So,
you have any more games you'd like to touch on? I'm skimming through the lower classifications to see if anything catches
did Mills and East End play, or do they play Friday?
They play Friday. I think they played Tuesday as well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They just played. Yeah,
and I want to say Mills kind of got the best of them.
Yeah, they did. They won out. Maybe East End will come back swinging. Who knows? PA plays CAC, and I know Baton's hurt, and so that won't be a good look for PA. Koa has been stepping up really well over there.
Koa stepped up big against Morrilton. Yeah, I mean, going to Morrilton's a tough place to play. Morrilton's a great team with Templeton. Templeton's, I mean, honestly, he's a sneaky one of the best players in the state, honestly, that a lot of people kind of forget about when they do make rankings. Yeah, Templeton, he's a tough out for anyone, and PA stepped up to the table, honestly, without Baton. He's been a huge part of their team this year, and Koa did really well, it seemed like.
No, I can see that for sure. Koa stepped up big. He it's like he's always got that potential there, like, but he plays so smart and so well. He just kind of makes the right read, so you don't always have to rely on doing this or that or the third. But I think he's going to have a chance to show a lot of people that he can score the ball pretty well, pretty efficiently. So that'd be a look for him to expand kind of at the end of his junior year, kind of catch a little fire, you know what I'm saying, and ride that wave up into that summer and go into that senior year with a little bit more of a leadership token, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's not already, but obviously getting those reps with Baton kind of being maybe the unspoken hero or the unsaid leader. Be good to see Koa get those reps now.
I got another game for you. It looks like it's a lower classification, and I'm not going to pretend that I know a ton about either one of these schools, but Hector is undefeated. They're going to Mountainburg, who's 19-6. So that'll be
I just scrolled past that. So my guy from Mountainburg is Jackson Keelan. He's it's crazy, bro. He's slept on. He's really slept on. He can shoot the ball from volleyball line 40% in like games, like you know what I'm saying. So like with defenders on him, volleyball line. So he's got that type of shiftiness. I mean that type of shooting, and then he's like sneaky shifty, right? Like paced right, get to his spot, but then boom, boom, burst out of it real quick. You know how to snatch it back, pull it, and kind of get a quick release shot off to his shot's kind of real flat, real soft. But he hits real good shots, and his court vision is crazy. He does have a crazy court vision. Just down playing at Mountainburg, you don't obviously get to see that when you don't have that type of talent around you that can, you know what I'm saying, help you look like the player you are. But I've seen him play a ton in summers with guys that people consider to be some of the top guys, and he fits right in from a shooting and an IQ standpoint. 30 points tonight, actually. Or no, sorry, last night. 30 points last night. 30 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. I feel like I'm stuttering there, but so maybe Mountainburg can try to shake some things up. You know what I'm saying? Hector is top of that class. I think even by Democrat Gazette polls, they're like third. They might be like second. So yeah, I mean, I expect a good game. Going to another game, kind of in that region, Bentonville West and Northside play. Wouldn't be a bad shakeup there. Northside pretty young. They're kind of like Northside really reminds me of Maumelle, like with the young guys, like the 2027 leaders, the juniors leader, you know what I'm saying, are leading the team for real. Bentonville West, Landon Price is going to be, pretty dominant. When he steps on the court, he's going to demand attention, whether he has 25 points or 12 points. The attention, that you have to pay him and the way you have to play against him is always going to be the same. They've got a ton of guys over there that can kind of run deep. They got Jordan Moore, who's another junior. They got, I might have said his name wrong, Jordan Randolph and Cooper Moore, excuse me. Let me correct that. Jordan Randolph and Cooper Moore, pretty good set of guards that helped them out. Drake Tidwells, who's a guard whose name's kind of buzzing in that recruiting arena. So I think those guys will be able to go compete. Then over at Northside, Coach Wilmath always has those guys fired up and ready to ball. You've got Kyrell Black leading the charge over there for Northside. Be a good dive for him to kind of, take on one of the bigger teams in the region that kind of has, a chip on their shoulder, who's started out the season really, really hot and then kind of had, hit a 2 bumps in the road here and there. But they're 18-5. So, I mean, no knock to Bentonville West at all. Coach Pierce has done this thing up there as well. So, what's your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I think that'll be a great game. Is it at Bentonville West?
I think it's at Northside.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be a great game. I'm a fan of both of those coaches. Coach Lloyd at Bentonville West, he's a great coach, and you got Cody. His guys are solid over there at Northside. It's a little bit that 6A, honestly, 6A West and 6A Central. The playoff is so deep. You can sneak by. Some games are not as important as others because you're in the playoffs. Pretty much guaranteed at this point. But I mean, to tell you the truth, man, the 6A West is loaded. I mean, right now Fayetteville hasn't lost yet, so they're probably the pick to win the 6A West. But I mean, there's 7 deep of teams that I could see Rogers, who's right now number 7. I could see them beating Fayetteville, and I mean, I don't think any game's a given in that conference. It's a very, very solid conference. Just like the Central, the 6A Central's solid, just like Southwest. They're usually the bottom feeder, in the 6A Central, but they're sneaking in and beating teams. And
there's a lot of development been going on between those guys over there too. And like I said, they're a young group, first year, second year school type of deal, really getting on the schedule and a roster. And I realized I said Coach Lloyd's name wrong. That's my bad, Coach Lloyd. It's Trent Lloyd. I don't know what I was thinking. It's my bad.
No. You did Pierce. That's that's Mackenzie Pierce. That's Blavel, I think.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But I mean, as it stands right now, how many teams get in? I'm looking at the standings on the Central. They only have 7 teams. They get 7 teams get in, right?
So they play for their seeding, right?
Yeah. How many teams get in?
5A plays for their seeding.
6A. I mean, 6A. How many teams get in 6A?
They just have one tournament, if I'm not mistaken. They get the top guy gets a bye, and then
the top two
just,
get buys, and
yeah,
I think it's I don't
everybody
know. I
else just
mean,
plays.
the 6A is going to be tough. Someone's going to be. I mean, it's a loaded conference, to be honest with you, across the board. Honestly, at this moment, I don't know who I would really pick to even win the 6A in its entirety. Bryant's probably the favorite, I would imagine, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they got a hiccup somewhere along the way. I mean, the 6A
And
is
then I
very
mean,
deep.
even if you count Brian in, like who are they playing? I mean, like literally who? Like there's who knows? Every team in the 6A could be in the championship almost.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's what I was getting at. I mean, there's 10 or more teams that I could see winning it. Not that I think 10 will that or could, but I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Can I share my screen with you on here? I'm wondering.
I don't know.
No, I can't. I was gonna pull up the bracket, the 6A bracket. It looks like state basketball tournament 6A boys at Bryant starts March 3rd with Central and West playing versus Central 4 seed versus playing West 5th seed.
Who's the lowest seed? Is it a 5 or no? It's 6.
6. Yep, that's why I said all 6 of them.
Yeah. So Cabot looks like they're on the out, but I mean 1 through 6.
Number 1 and 2 gets a bye.
Yeah, at the moment, Central's the 6th seed in the Central, and like I said earlier, they're one of the more talented teams in the whole entire state. So
exactly. So imagine them matching up with who's the West 3 seed.
I believe that might be Bentonville West or Bentonville. No, it's Harbor right now. Harbor's the 3.
And we've been talking about Harbor all year beating anybody from A to Z.
Yeah.
They beat anybody in the conference from A to Z. Like it's crazy. So what a shakeup. Great implications coming for the playoffs, though. It's going to be a good year for basketball in March in Arkansas for sure. I think, like I say, I've been telling people about this 2026 for 2 years. I've been super high on it. Like I say, it's wild. I think our next class coming probably like that will be between these 28s and 29s. We know 2027 is kind of top heavy as a whole. But I think there'll be a lot of emerging stars over these next 2 years. I think a lot of their development is just coming along now, and then they'll get a chance to kind of burst onto the scene definitely next year, make a big name for themselves and as a class as a whole. But no, I think for sure that this class is by far the best class I've seen in this 2026 class.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. The 2022 class was really good when you had.
I was gonna say, are we talking
Nick
the last 4 years, maybe the last cycle of high school kids?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Nick Kalel, Pinion Ford. That's a great.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess that's the same class as Colby Garland. It's honestly that's the class that was doing so well in college right now. So.
Right, and so like I said, I think they really mirror that really, really well. Not any knocks on any other classes because we have put out great talent in between. Like we had Luke Moore last year on our Boateng. We obviously had Ty Robinson, Kellen Robinson, Terrion Burgess. Like we've had pretty decent Pickett. We've had pretty decent classes over these past couple of years, but the level of play, like we all know, UCA is different than SEC.
Yeah.
Great basketball either way. Great way to make it. That's what we want. We want every kid on the map, no matter where. Take your path, take your destiny, and make the most of it. Enjoy it. Get a free education if you can. Better yourself. Get to the next level, right? But we know that the levels of playing basketball are different. So,
Vic, that's all I got tonight. I think this was a great first episode, and I'm super glad we were able to hop on and knock the first one out. It's a building block for what we have planned for the future on this channel.
100% agree, Nick. I appreciate you, like I say, helping me put this together, bringing my ideas to life. We look forward to getting Nigel in here and a bunch of other people as well. Thanks to everybody helping out with Big Miller events. Thanks to all the fans, players, parents, anybody tapping in. Please do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you tell a friend to hear about this. Tune into the episodes, give us feedback, tell us how we can be better. everything from A to Z, man. Y'all are everything for us, and so we appreciate every last one of y'all.
Yes, sir.